everyone. Welcome back to our podcast, Eligible In, where we feature eligible guests that you can date. My name is Coco, and I am your host for this interview. Today, we are introducing Aurora. As always, if you enjoy this conversation, please give us a follow on social media and be sure to subscribe to us on your preferred podcast platform so you're notified when new episodes drop. Hi, Aurora.
Hi, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for, I was going to say thank you for being eligible, but like that feels weird. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, honestly, I'm eligible as well, so I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
Exactly. Will you tell us who nominated you?
Myself.
Oh, okay. Is
Yes.
this our first self-nomination? I have no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got the email that this was a thing, and I read through it, and I was like, I did see that you could nominate other people,
Mm-hmm.
or you could nominate yourself, and I was like, myself, for sure. I think that this is a great idea. So I filled out the forms. I got the email to have conversations about what it looks like, and I was totally all in. So here I am.
Amazing. I love that. So actually, I'm going to stick to my original saying and say thanks for being eligible.
Yes. No, I like it. It has a nice ring to it. I think it really fits. So thank you for thanking me for being eligible.
Yeah. I feel like that actually says quite a lot about somebody because you have to have a lot of self-confidence and like a really strong a strong sense of self-worth to be like, yeah, like I'm going to do this. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be interviewed. So honestly, kudos to you. I think that's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, I didn't really think twice about it. I read it and I was like, this is kind of like not The Bachelorette, but a form that maybe could be something, but not to that extent because I think that those things are scripted, but beside the point. So I'm just glad that I was able to get the opportunity to be here. And I'm glad that I took the chance to be a little selfish and put myself in there.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, these go on a platform, YouTube, where anybody can see them. So for people who may not be in our area, can you tell us what city we're currently in?
We are in Chicago, Illinois.
Yes, the best city.
Yeah,
Sorry, New York and LA. I don't know what to tell you.
they have nothing on us.
And then what is your career? How old are you? If you're into astrology, what's your sign?
Yeah, okay. Right off the bat, I'm not into astrology. I am an Aquarius, a February Aquarius to be exact, but that's
Okay.
as much information as I can give you. So if anybody wants to know more about that, I can't speak on it, but I am a February Aquarius that's 26. I'm a director of operations for a real estate group. And I've been living in Chicago for about a year and a half now.
Nice. Well, I mean, welcome. I know you've been here for a year and a half, but how have you been enjoying Chicago? Where were you before you moved here?
Mhm. I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin for about 7 years before I moved here. And honestly, the opportunity to move to Chicago kind of fell in my lap and I had to take it. I didn't have any ties to where I was living before holding me down. So I was like, let's do it. It's time to start anew. I think 7 years in Wisconsin is enough. Let's go to the next Midwest state. Because before Wisconsin, I was living in Minnesota.
Okay. Yeah, you've been is Minnesota home, like where you were born and raised, or were you born and raised somewhere else?
Yeah, I was born and raised in California.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a good story, but I was born and raised in California. My family, which is my parents and my younger brother, uh, decided to move to Minnesota to be closer to my dad's side of the family. And just if you know anything about California, you know that it's really not that great of a state. Unfortunately, it's overpopulated, it's expensive, it's dirty, and that was in 2012 ish when we made that decision. And so now I just know that things are probably not as good as they could be in comparison. So we moved to Minnesota when I was about 12, and then I went to college in Wisconsin, and that's how I moved there and then now I'm here. So my parents and my brother still reside in Minnesota.
Okay. Were you in Southern California?
I was in Central. I was in Folsom, which is about 20 minutes outside of Sacramento.
Okay. Nice. So, how has it been living in Chicago since you've moved? Have you been able to make friends? Do you have any roommate horror stories yet? Have you had any bed bug horror stories? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. No, those are great questions. So being in real estate, the bed bug thing, I actually haven't heard of anything happening to anyone that we personally work with.
Mhm.
But it was interesting because we do have the bed bug disclosures on a lot of our documents that most people fill out when they rent a space. We did when we rented the space that we're in now. So that was crazy to see. I understand, but I haven't had that issue. I've had no crazy roommate situation. I actually moved in with people that were already living here that I went to college with.
Okay.
So I have two male roommates who I've known since college, and they're great. I really enjoy living with them. We signed here for a second year, so we're in that second lease right now, and it's been really great. But now I'm in a situation where both of my roommates are males, and honestly, it's been really fun. I knew that living with them was going to be a good choice. I mean, like I said, I went to college with them. I've known them for multiple years,
Mhm.
and so they're also the type of guys where they are my best friends. And so I feel comfortable having conversations with them about, what our living situation would look like before I even moved here.
Mhm.
Not only just where should we live and like what are we looking for in an apartment that we want to rent, but like what does it mean to live with a girl because they both haven't lived with another girl before. They've only
Mhm.
had other guy roommates. And so like putting those boundaries in place was really easy. And I mean, there's really not a lot that you have to say. And I think that's just due to the friendship that we have. I am not high maintenance. I'm not like arguing about things that don't really have an end goal and they're the same way. And so we just work really well together. Like we're like the three musketeers. Well, three blind mice actually is a way better, way better way to describe us. When
Amazing.
the three of us are together and like how that goes, like all three of us are go with the flow, we're open minded and we just like to have a good time. And so, like we don't have any issues. I don't have any issues with them. I think living with them has made me, just understand how easy it is to get along with men, if anything, because they're simple beings, really.
They're so simple.
You just have to say what it is, and then if you like their response, great, and if you don't, say why you don't, and then move on. It's
Yeah,
not that difficult, and so I really appreciate that about them, and I hope that they appreciate that I reciprocate that kind of conversation as well. So,
sure.
um,
Yeah.
it's been great.
You did mention that you have had a couple of dates here since you've moved. We'll move into the dating relationship part of the interview. That's what we're here for. What's dating like been here in Chicago? And then also, what's the best and worst dates you've had?
I think the biggest thing here is that the dating pool where all the places that I've lived before, the dating pool was null, void, just not existing. And I think the reason for that is because just the way that I have been brought up and just who I am as a person was I was focusing on other things. Dating has never been a priority in my life. And I think that's just like this stigma kind of with people my age and just like the generation that we're in is like I don't need a man. Like I'm living my best life. I'm doing the things that I know that I want to accomplish at the age that I am, things like that. And so like there was always something that I was doing. And so I was like, why I don't need to be on Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and all the things. And so did I casually date with in when I was at college? Yes. Um, but like the term casually date is like go on a date and never talk to them again because that's kind of like what everyone did. I mean, there
Mm,
was really nobody, at least in my experience when I was living in La Crosse and going to school, there was no like, I'm looking for somebody to be my girlfriend. And I wasn't being like, I'm looking for a boyfriend. And so like you just meeting people, and that was really all that it was. And so you get those stories of situationships and like all of that stuff. And so like when I was, 18, sure, that was fun. I'll play the game. Everybody else is like, what else? What am well, I can't change the mindset of all of these other college kids. And so like, and that's what I was okay with as well. That's what I accepted. So that's kind of how that was. Nothing was ever serious, and that was okay. And then I graduated and I had a career that I really enjoyed. And then I switched careers. And then I switched careers for a third time, and I was doing all the things. And then the opportunity for Chicago came about. And I was like, let's go. So I moved. I found a new career, the one that I'm currently still in, and I got settled and situated. And then I was like, okay, I think now it's time to be serious about the things that I was never serious about. And when that happens, it's a little crazy because there are a lot of people that are my age and older that don't really feel that way about whatever it is in their life. They're not looking for something serious. I use Hinge, and you can put on there what you're looking for. And I have looking for a long-term relationship. And there are so many people out there that have short term or figuring out my dating goals, which I'm going to be honest, it's a little crazy because the age range that I have set up is older than myself. And it's crazy to see that on some people's, like, how can you be 45 and figuring out what you want in life?
Oh, girl.
And I stand on that. Like I think that is just a crazy thing. And I think if you know
Yeah.
what you want, just say it. Don't say you're trying to figure it out. Say if you want to hook up, or say you want a girlfriend, one or the other. So that is the biggest thing that I'm seeing moving to the city. It's very easy. I don't want to say easy because I don't want to seem like arrogant or anything. It's easy for me to get dates with people, just a first date.
Yeah.
I'm very open to going on dates. I don't really need to like get to know you, text you back and forth for a few weeks before we go on a date. Let's go on a date because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. Let's meet, see if we connect, and then just move on. So that's exactly what I've been doing. And since I am here, we're going to assume that that is not working. And so here we are. But I will say, when I think of like one of my favorite first dates that I've been on just in general, it definitely was one that I had here. And it was actually last year around this time, and we went to a haunted house for our first date.
Nice.
And I am a lover of all things horror and rock and roll and like that kind of things. And so I was just really appreciative that like he wanted to do that with me, and he was very open. He had a good time. I had a good time. It wasn't like awkward to do that. And I think that has to do with just who he was as a person, who I am as a person. Obviously, we ended up going separate ways, and we didn't go down a path of anything more than a few dates. But, I think that it was great because he was very cool with it. Like I said, he was open minded. He had a good time. He voiced that he had a good time. That was a really great first date. I hope he's doing well. Also, first dates, I get excited for first dates. Some people are like a little jittery, a little nervous. Like I find them exciting because I'm social and I like to meet new people. Even if it doesn't work out, like it is what it is. I tried. I gave it my best effort. I know that for a fact. So I'm cool with it. And it was just all around, it was just really great. And so I definitely highly recommend, if it's your thing, go to a haunted house for your first date. 100%. You'll learn a lot. You'll know. Kind of like going into like a bad date that I had.
Yeah.
Was I met up with this guy at a bar, which is something that I agreed to. So like whatever. So we go to this bar, and we're there for quite some time, only because I was very intrigued by listening to him listen to himself. And that's how the date went. And he was spitballing all of these crazy things. Like he got into politics, he got into like a lot of things where I was like, wow, this is insane. I wish I could record it because you sound so stupid. And how can you not understand that I am so uninterested?
Yeah.
Um, because
Yeah.
my facial expressions show on my face 100% in any situation. And so, like, I do not look thrilled. I do not look happy to be there. But anyway, so we probably have like 3, 4 drinks apiece. I mean, because we were there for like 2 hours. And I mean, it was just,
He was talking about himself for 2 hours.
I mean, I would chime in and be like, oh, like try to relate and like,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
wasn't intentionally trying to be rude. Like that's not what I want to be to people. Yeah, no, there was no questions about me as a person or like how I looked. And like I spent time doing my hair, doing my makeup, my outfit
Mhm.
looks nice. Like nothing that like would actually please me to be there and things that I find genuine and very respectful is like
Mhm.
that I put in the time to like look like this and come see you. And I could have done something 10 times better, probably. But here
Mhm.
I am giving you the time of day.
Mhm.
And so here we are. But so we go through some beers, shooting the
Mhm.
shit, or he was shooting the shit.
Right.
And then and then I kind of was like, I should probably get my Uber home. It's about that time. So let's get the check. So the check comes and first dates purposefully do not reach for my wallet. Whether people think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't really care
Sure.
for.
Yeah.
And so I think that the man should pay for a first date. And so I don't reach for my wallet and he starts to reach for his. And I was like, wow, the only good fucking thing to happen today. And as he pulls out his wallet, he was like, do you want to Venmo me for half? And I was like, no.
What are, like, the traits in a man that you typically gravitate towards, and, like, what aspects are you looking for in a partner?
Right off the bat, things that I look for, communication and transparency.
Mm.
I cannot stand when I hear about arguments or I see arguments or like maybe I'm in one and people are like, well, I can't read your mind or like that kind of excuse of questioning because
Mhm.
like there shouldn't even be a time where you use that phrase because of how much communication that I'm getting. Like that's what I want.
Mm. Okay.
Over communicate with me. I don't even care. I think in this time and age that we're in with dating, communication is nowhere where it needs to be. Like I fucking know that people are on their phones all the time. And you're
Mhm.
telling me that you can't shoot me a text. You're telling me that like you can't call and to like update me on things. Like there's so many things where like you're so connected, but like you're not, and it's just insane to me.
Mhm.
But it's hard to find people that communicate with you not only in a way that like you can reciprocate it and you respect it, but also in a way that just makes sense. Again, the whole like texting or calling or Instagram message, like you're going to Facebook me, it doesn't make any sense. So, and then of course, I do look for those things of like in the situation that we're in, how well do you respond to the environment around you?
Mm.
So, like, are you nice to your bartenders? Are you nice to the waiter or waitresses? Like things like that. Because I do think that calls to a person's character.
Mhm.
Like you can do nice things, but that doesn't mean that you're a nice person. And so you kind of just have to take it with a grain of salt and move on. I mean, I'm screening people in my head as soon as I lay eyes on them. I think within the first 10 to 15 minutes of a first date, I know what I'm going to do afterward. And that's just because I know what I want and I know what I deserve. And so, like, it's really easy for me to, like, just know, again, how I want to move forward.
Mhm.
I love somebody that is into like being sarcastic, maybe a little dark humor. Like you don't have to be so serious and like, of course, please be polite to me, but also like, don't be like so nice that it's like overbearing and like, like in that in itself can be a little bit creepy. And I understand that people are nervous and sometimes it's intimidating to be on a date with somebody who I know as myself is very like social and sometimes I can just be a lot and like sometimes I'm loud and like all of those things. And so like again, I know who I am, but I also know how I want someone to respond to that. And so it's kind of one of those things where if I feel like I'm too much for them, then they need to go find less. I don't need to
Mm,
change.
right.
It's just not a good fit, and that's okay. So
100%.
I know that about myself. So those are just like some of the things where like I need you to be okay with me being like this because that's who I am and I'm not changing.
Hmm.
Like I can be a spitfire. I can be maybe a little sassy in certain situations. I will always confront a problem. Not that I'm like looking for confrontation necessarily, but
Yeah.
like I will stick up for myself and for the people around me every single time. And so you have to be okay with me being like that because again, that's never going to change.
Yeah.
Someone who is cool with that, someone who um, is what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who is okay with me being independent is like a really big thing for me. I can't do the clingy. I can't do like the always needs to be around me
Mm.
uh, kind of thing. I also am not a huge fan of PDA. Again, just putting it out there, like if I notice that you're like going to be doing all of these things, and I know like we could have a whole podcast about that, like the things that I look for in somebody. But just right off the bat, like you can tell how somebody is, when you're on a date doing different things, like the haunted house, for example. Like the whole time we were in the haunted house, not one time did he feel like it was okay to touch me, and I appreciate that.
We're going to play a game that's called Is It Metal? And we're going to list various behaviors and qualities in a potential partner, and you're going to tell me if it is metal.
Hmm.
And if it's not, you can tell us like, "Oh, that's a red flag." Or like, if you want to expand upon it a little bit, you can. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Okay. So first off, he has a mom tattoo. Is it metal or not?
Not metal. And I feel like I don't even need to expand.
No, I mean yeah. Do people still get those?
Honestly, the only one I've seen is SpongeBob movie, and he like rips it out and it says, wow. Like that's the only time I've actually seen it played out, but
So not even in real life.
not even real life. And
Well,
I feel like, again, I don't want to explain why that's a red flag.
yeah, no.
If you don't know, then you don't know.
Okay. Next one is he took the muffler off his car to make it very loud. The car is the same one he has had since high school, and he has an emotional attachment to it. Is it metal?
Not metal. But I will explain this because I don't understand the attraction to very loud, obnoxious cars. It's like you're walking down the street and
Yeah.
someone revs their engine. It's like big dick energy. Like people make fun of you.
He will randomly climb a tree or fence to show off in front of you.
That's metal. That's badass.
That's
Climb
metal.
that
Okay.
tree. Climb it. Show off. If you're good at climbing, show me you're good at climbing.
Right, right.
Yeah. Get on with your bad self. Climb the
Exactly.
tree. Impress me. And yeah, like do the things. Like what if I get stuck in a tree someday and like I need you to like be my knight in shining armor and climb the tree and get me out? Like I want to know that you can do that for me. But
Yeah, yeah.
also like
Fuck the fire department.
yeah, I'm
Just
not calling them. They're gonna charge me. I'm just
get
kidding.
you Okay, next one. He has a rat tail hairstyle intentionally.
I'm gonna say that that's badass.
Okay.
But do I find it attractive? No. But if you look at the way history has been, there are a ton of rock and roll, heavy metal bands where somebody is rocking the rat tail. And
Mhm.
that's totally cool. Am I going to find that attractive? No. But I don't think it's one of those like universal things that everyone's like the loud car. I'm confident to say that 95% of people walking on a street and hearing a loud car are going to be fucking annoyed.
Next one, he wears graphic tees with wolves or eagles.
God, that's so descriptive. Now, here's the thing. We're going to say that it's not a red flag, but it's not metal.
Okay.
Because it could be satire or it could be like something serious. Like when I picture
Yeah, like they're wearing it ironically or not.
Right. So like, you see all of those like especially around 4th of July when like all like Amazon and like all the brands come out with like satire clothing. It's a huge fucking eagle. Or like there are some cool shirts out there, I'm sure, that just have a picture of an eagle. Like a lot of Harley Davidson stuff has pictures of
Mm,
that. And so, like, it really just depends. But in the situation for this podcast here, I'm just going to say it's not metal and it's not a red flag. And
okay.
we're just going to leave it at that.
All right. He loves all music, but is especially into pop and is a proud, self proclaimed Swiftie.
That
Metal
is
or not?
metal. I'll tell you that right now. Do I find it a red flag? No. But we would have a conversation about how, like, the pop music, especially Taylor Swift, and that is fine if people, they can hate on me, the Swifties can come at me. I don't care. Taylor Swift doesn't make good music, in my opinion. People probably believe that the music that I listen to is not good music either. And so, like, that's okay. If I had a man that was like, I love Taylor Swift, can I play it? My answer is no every single time. Can you listen to it by yourself? Yes.
Sure.
Can you listen to it with me in the car? No. Can you listen to it and I'm somewhere and you know that I can hear it? No. Like it's don't get me wrong though, like I'm okay with pop music. Like I'm not just a hater of like all pop music. Like Sabrina Carpenter has some bops out there. Like I
Yeah.
can get down to it. And also like I go out to bars and places and like they play that kind of music. So like I'm not
Hmm.
like, sheltered and like don't know or like I'm just like a total hater of like everything that's not like rock and roll or like anything like that. Like
Hmm.
but also like get to know me and you will know that I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Right. Next one is he LARPs with his friends on occasion.
It's a no for me. No.
Okay. Not metal.
It's not metal. And this is the LARPing. What? This is crazy.
I did not come up with these questions. I actually have no idea who came up with these questions,
No, this is a good
but they're
one.
hilarious. He wears bolo ties or cowboy boots occasionally.
Hmm. Um, I just don't think it's metal. No.
It's
I
more
mean,
country, you know.
yeah, like I thought we were playing Is It Metal? But
Here's the thing is like I feel like metal is a state of mind
it
and
is.
not just yeah. But yeah, bolo ties and cowboy boots give a very specific state of mind and vibe that
Hmm.
I would agree are not metal.
Right. It's not metal. Do I think it's a red flag? No. I've worn cowboy boots before.
Mm,
Not frequently, nor do I own a pair, but like in general, not a red flag. Like you could be a little country. That's okay. Like
yeah.
cowboys are hot. Like if you're on TikTok and like you get on that side of TikTok and like it's crazy out there. Like they know what they're doing when they
They know
post
what
these
yeah, of
videos.
course they do.
So
They always know.
not a red flag, but like literally it's not metal.
He wears those toe shoes, the Vibram 5 fingers,
Hmm.
everywhere because they're hella comfy and doesn't care what people
Not metal. I mean, right up, hold on, right off the bat, just not metal.
think.
Not metal at all. Red flag, 100%. That's a cry for attention. You're telling me that you're gonna wear the five-toed shoes because they're hella comfortable? You're lying. You have to be lying. I can't believe you. And that's a red flag. Your trust is gone. I mean, I'm okay with like I was gonna say flip flops, but actually I don't want to say that. You can wear Crocs.
Before we go, what is something or some things advice maybe to a potential future partner that they should know about you?
Yeah. I would definitely say that I am easygoing. Sometimes I get the occasional statement that I'm a little intimidating or that it's hard to get to know me in, kind of that relationship sense, which I can definitely see that, but also like it's not that hard to get to know me, honestly. I think that if you're asking the right questions and you know what you want out of the relationship, that you will be able to get that from me 100%. I also definitely want to put it out there that I like my independence, and so you have to allow me to have that. You can't confine me into a box, or you can't make me be someone that I'm not, or someone that just kind of, adheres to the things that you want in a relationship. It has to definitely be both ways, all the time. Because when you're in a relationship, it's two people. So you have to have communication for that to work between two people, not just yourself, not just me. Because it's, again, both ways. And just be transparent with what you want and be honest. And I promise that I will reciprocate that.
Okay. That has been our interview with Aurora. It has been lovely to meet you and get to know you and talk about all the things. If you are interested in meeting Aurora in real life for a date, you can check out her full interview on YouTube, and you can go to eligibleinfo.com and reach out. If you want to be our next guest, or if you would like to nominate a friend to be a guest, you can email us at hello@eligibleinfo.com. Thanks for listening to Eligible In, a production of Eligible In Media. Our theme song is by Monster Rally. If you see someone you like on our show, or if you would like to nominate yourself or someone you love to be interviewed by us, please visit us at eligibleinfo.com for more information, including a link to subscribe to our newsletter, where you can stay up to date on our newest episodes, as well as exclusive features of our eligible people. Lovely.